Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into another episode of the Media Buff Podcast, a show about anything and everything media related. Ed here with my two fellow co-hosts, my wife Jen and Lady Hyper Focus Layne. Say hello, you two.
Hi.
Hello.
No Matt or Omar today, but for this episode, as always, every second week of the month, we are doing recommendations. Basically, some stuff we just think that you might enjoy watching if you haven't watched it already, whether it's a show, a movie, a video game, books, comics, anything that we think might tickle your fancy. We're going to go ahead and do so on this episode. So, with that being said, Jen, why don't you go ahead and start us off with your first recommendation?
Okay, so my recommendation is a movie called Y2K that came out last year. It is basically about two high school guys by the name of Eli and Danny who aren't popular. And they ended up trying to crash a Y2K party. So they crashed the Y2K party, and then a whole night of chaos ensues where basically it's a New Year's Eve party. And so all the technology at midnight, all the technology starts going killing people.
Yeah.
So so you got like blenders going off, freaking computers, beepers, just gaining them. They become like a big ass giant robot, just like killing all of the people there, all the kids there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take long for that to start.
No, it's like it's literally 10 seconds after the strike of midnight. Yeah, it's basically basically a what if Y2K actually did happen.
Mm-hmm. And it's just chaos everywhere, dude. Like there's just so many scenes, like so many funny scenes. Especially, remember what was the guy's name with the long hair?
I forget his name, but he's like a skater stoner dude.
Yeah. Who thinks that like mainstream rap is the best shit ever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they were trying to get away from the party with all this chaos was happening.
All this chaos was happening.
Yeah.
His name is Farkas.
Yeah, Farkas.
By Eduardo Franco.
Yeah. So they're all trying to make a getaway, and everybody's using non-electronic stuff to get away, like skateboards,
scooter, rollerblades, bicycle. And so Farkas gets a pair of inline skates.
Yeah. And so he sees a freaking, I don't know.
It's a fallen basketball pole.
Yeah.
And he wants to do a grind on it.
Yeah, so he's trying to do a grind, and he slips.
He slips, falls, cracks his head open.
And that's the end of our game.
Yeah, he was like a prominent character in the beginning of the movie. Then he dies in the lamest way. And it's not even killed by a machine. He's killed by his own stupidity.
That's so funny.
Because he was a bully. Like he was bullying these two kids, Eli and Danny, like giving them shit. And anybody that was against mainstream.
Yeah, he was like very hardcore about mainstream music. Like he liked Eminem
and then he just
the Beastie Boys.
Just end up dead at his own.
Yeah.
But all the deaths were actually really well done. Like they were very, very gruesome, very slasher flick kind of.
Yeah, but pretty intricate because some were killed by machines you didn't think would actually be able to kill. One was killed with a Tamagotchi.
Yes.
So in this movie, the machines band together and create a giant machine themselves. Mm-hmm. And one of the first to die is just some random person. A Tamagotchi tank-esque robot pops out of nowhere and shoots him. No, it sets him on fire.
Yes, it does. It sets him on fire.
And basically, the entire movie is just them trying to survive, machines trying to kill them.
Mm-hmm. And did I mention Fred Durst comes out in there?
Yeah, Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit's in it.
I think I saw like them advertising this, and then he was like one of like the people on like the advertising like for it. I was like, that's pretty random.
Yeah, yes. He was very passionate about the movie, and he was very prominent in the movie because he's basically not the ringleader, but he's like stepping up and being the hero here and there.
Yeah, because all the biscuit ended up being getting killed.
Yeah, all the band members got killed.
And he's the only one that was survived. Yeah. He was hiding out in the video store.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and there's a lot of 90s throwbacks, like music wise, early
Clothing,
2000 clothing, and it was, yeah,
pagers.
it was really well done.
You hear the boot up internet thing,
Yeah, the AOL.
the AOL sound effect.
Oh, the aim is instant
Yeah,
messaging.
so, one particular death. This guy gets his head stuck in a microwave or a computer screen, I think, and it says, "You got mail," and it just fries him. Yeah, it's one of those
That's
movies that
so
like,
funny.
It's very entertaining from the start to the end. It's all
yeah,
really good. And all the machines, it turns out they were meeting up at the kids' high school, and they were trying to simulate like all the people,
yeah. It takes like a Star
like some
Trekky
Borg shit.
vibe to it, like where they literally put implanting chips into people and
Yeah.
sticking them into a Matrix esque
Yes.
realm,
Mm-hmm.
which seems a little too
I know,
familiar.
right?
Uh, yeah, but I mean, they find a way to stop the whole thing, and
Yeah.
uh, Danny and Eli, played by Julian Dennison, he was in the first Deadpool movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then Jaden Martell, he's that kid from the It movie, the reboot, and surprisingly, Rachel Zegler's in this too.
Yes.
Who does
Okay.
a surprisingly good job.
Yeah, she actually did. I liked her in this. She
Yeah,
actually did well.
she's like a popular girl, but she's also kind
Very
of a
smart.
BZ. Yeah,
Yeah,
but is
but
surprisingly
she's also
smart.
very smart, computer, very tech savvy.
Mhm.
And she helps with taking down
The computers,
robots. Yeah,
yeah.
the computers.
One particular actor that stars in this one and is a pretty funny standout is Mason Gooding, who was in the new Scream reboots.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear this kid doesn't act; he just plays himself because that's how exactly like he was. If you've seen the new Scream movies,
Yes.
that's exactly how he was playing his character in this
Mhm.
one. Except he was like a lot smarter
Yes.
and not as outspoken, but he
Mhm.
was still just dorky,
Yes.
funny kid.
Very, 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 very funny. And also I think he's gonna be pretty prominent in the slasher flicks because he's getting casted a lot.
I
of
hope he's
stuff.
not getting typecast because he's a funny guy.
Yes.
I did like him. Wait, was he in Hard Eyes?
Yes, he was
Yeah,
the hardest. He's the
I
main
loved him in
character.
Hard Eyes. Like another movie you guys
Mhm.
should watch. But
Oh,
yeah, I
I
hope
saw
he
that
doesn't get
movie.
typecasted.
I
But
saw Hard Eyes.
he's getting good at the slasher flicks. He's getting a lot of
Mhm.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and anyways, like Rachel Segler's character, and I think is it Eli?
Eli,
His,
yeah,
right? Yeah, Eli has had the crush on her since like
since day one.
yeah,
Yeah,
since day.
typical trope.
So it's like in the middle of all
rom-com.
this chaos, there's like a little rom com going on.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Mhm.
yeah. Like the end is kind of a wash because
Mhm.
they implant a virus or something to
Yes.
take it down. But regardless, everything building up to it was pretty funny, and there's even one particular actor. His name is Kyle Mooney. I don't if you know who he is. He's very prominent in SNL,
Mhm.
and he's just like this
Yep.
stoner dork who is just like out of it the entire time.
Mhm.
And there's one particular scene where he tries to be the hero, but he
Yeah.
ends up getting murked immediately.
Yeah, and that's because he ended up taking a bunch of
Bunch of shrooms.
yeah. There was a bunch of pills, but I don't know what they
Pills
were.
and shrooms.
Yeah,
He
was high.
He gets high,
Regardless,
like
he was
super
high.
high.
But yeah, he ends up.
He gets his arm chopped off and
Yeah.
then his head blown off. In a very slasher funny, but it's funny because since he can't feel any pain, he goes like, "This is how I wanted to go."
Yeah, there was just like a bunch of stuff there that was just very entertaining. The whole movie was actually very entertaining from start to finish.
Yeah, it's one of those that like it didn't do too good in the box office, but I feel it'll do better. You can
And
watch it on
streaming.
Max.
Mhm.
But it's one of those movies that, like, if you just want something to unwind and not really think too much of it, that's definitely one of those movies because it's so dumb as hell, but it's funny in a lot of scenes. And it just makes you also think too, because like, man, what if Y2K had happened?
Mhm.
Can you imagine that, Layne? Can you imagine if Y2K had happened?
Yeah, I
That
mean,
ties
no,
back to the Stone Age.
right? I mean, like, I don't know. We'd probably be
Mhm.
dead. We'd
Yeah,
probably be dead.
probably.
We would have probably died.
It's one of those movies where like you think about it, and at the same time you see all the technology we're surrounded by. If computers did rise up now, we'd all be super screwed.
Yeah, because there's technology everywhere. It's very predominant.
Yeah, smart TVs, smartphones, smart calculators.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Your switch will turn on and burn
Yeah.
you.
Every tanning bed would fry every person
Yep.
in Malibu.
Mm-hmm.
And
Everybody's
then
houses would just come to life, essentially,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
apartments.
because they're smart houses.
if you ever that's true. And fridges too and all that stuff. Like if you ever seen this Halloween this one episode of The Simpsons, there's a scene where like you have houses standing up and walking away. I could see that happening and something like that were to happen. Technology get too cray. It's a, it's already getting pretty cray, but I mean, I like the fact that there's fail safes in place that prevent AI from getting too smart.
Mm-hmm.
Like one in particular, Google had made an AI and it was able to teach itself and it became self-aware, but before it became too self-aware, Google immediately deleted it.
Shut it down.
And they said never again. We will never dabble in AI after that.
Skynet. Anyway. Oh.
Although it's just funny because you hear this talk about AI being evil and then everybody's using ChatGPT for everything.
Yeah.
Just
Man, like even in like the craziest thing, it's like the AI like is so in everything.
Mhm.
Even like the dating apps have an option to where you can have AI write your profile, your dating
No
profile for
way.
you. I
Oh.
swear
That's
God.
scary.
So now you can have AI write your dating profile for you.
Bro,
So
that's
you
scary.
read these things and you don't even know if the
If
person
it's
actually
real,
wrote
yeah, an
it or
actual
if they
human.
just had AI write this shit
That's
ever for
crazy.
them. Yeah, I was just like, what? This is wild.
That is
So
crazy.
be careful. You don't know what's real.
Wow.
You can't believe anything anymore.
Dude, have you seen the
Damn.
AI companions that they have now? Like, and these aren't just like, oh, you input something and it responds. Apparently, these things are programmed to respond to your actual whatever you talk to them about.
Oh, wow.
And to the point where some people even say that they actually develop actual relationship with them, which is kind of scary to think about it.
That's kind of sad.
Oh, I
It
believe
is.
And
that.
scary.
In
I mean,
Japan, and
Yeah, the
that.
waifus. Yeah, the waifu AI is a thing, and apparently it's gotten so bad
yeesh.
that they need more men. So if you're a man and you're single, they will pay you 10 grand to go live over there and marry somebody.
Jesus.
Like you hear about these guys who have like 5 girlfriends at a time because there's no men available. It's crazy.
That's wild.
Well, damn.
Yeah. AI, if AI does take over the world, it's not going to be with bombs or laser guns or whatever. It's just going to, with people getting too comfortable and complacent and not doing anything.
Oh, in search of companions?
Yeah. Or in search of
The
companionship.
porn
people
bots
suck?
take
Yeah.
over.
This is how
Yeah.
bad people suck? That
No, it's just like how it has nothing to do with like people not being able to like um form bonds or even coincide with other
I
human
mean,
beings
a little
is the
bit.
fear is the fear of rejection that leads into that.
I know, but it's also a little bit because I mean the dating pool isn't exactly great from what I've been hearing.
I know.
No, it's not. I
Yeah, I'm
can
sure
tell you
Layne can
from
tell us a couple of
firsthand
things.
experience.
I know. Sorry, Layne.
It's not even a pool. It's like a fucking dirty puddle in a back alley somewhere.
Oh no.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
it
how bad it is.
is.
Oh,
My
that
cousin was
sucks.
telling me
Yeah.
that too. She's like,
It's
"Oh my,
bad.
Well,
It's
that's too bad.
bad. It's bad. Because all the like good people like that are normal and worth dating are all like partnered up and
Married.
have people and shit. It's like the fucked up people that are left on the dating apps.
Mhm.
That's what it
Yeah.
is. And that's why you have
Yeesh.
such trouble finding anyone that's good because like you just find nothing but trauma,
Yeah. That's crazy.
you
Wow,
know?
we.
My bad."
It's hard. It is not fun.
Yeah.
I'm about ready to delete these things and go fucking on a spiritual walk somewhere or something. I don't know.
Maybe Japan can build somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Layne, why don't you go ahead and liven things up a little bit? Tell us your recommendation.
Okay, so my recommendation is a series that I had just started watching recently, like this past probably like week. I've been really getting into it. It's on HBO Max. It's called Vice Principals. It's starring Danny McBride and Walton Goggins. Like
Nice.
he's everyone's
He's in
favorite.
everything
And
apparently.
yeah, it's so freaking funny. And some other like big names in it. Georgia King, Eddie Patterson, Shay
Mhm.
Whiteman,
Bill
um,
Murray was in the first episode.
Bill Murray was in the
Nice.
first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Busy
Hilarious.
Phillips is in it.
Mm-hmm.
There's like some other like big people in it. Like it's got a really good cast and essentially like what the show is about like the principal of this high school um leaves, and so you have like this rivalry between the guy who is the current vice principal, who is
Mhm.
Danny McBride's character. His name is Neil Gamby,
Mm-hmm.
and Walton Goggins' character, who I haven't really figured out exactly. He's not like a teacher. He's like a staff member in
Mm-hmm.
the at the school, but he
So he's
doesn't.
not also a vice principal?
I don't know if they're both vice principals because I don't know how many vice principals they are, but like I know for sure Danny McBride's character is the vice
Is
principal
mm-hmm.
because it says it on, it says it on his name tag and everything
Okay.
on his desk and stuff and on his door.
Mm-hmm.
But Walter Goggins just has like an office space in, so he might be, if he might, there might be two vice principals possibly, I
Y-
guess.
There could be because I mean, in a regular high school, like Hoover had like three or four.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
that's
it was
true.
three or
Yeah.
four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's like these two vice principals and they're trying to like vie for who's going to be like the new principal.
Yeah.
And then instead of being picked, they like bring in an outside person, a woman to be the new vice principal, and
Yeah.
then it's just like these two people trying to like sabotage her and get her fired
Yeah, they become
from her
frenemies.
job. Yeah, so yeah, they definitely become frenemies, but like it's so funny just like these two characters are like so different and so opposite, but like Walton Goggins' character as Lee Russell is so funny. He
Yeah,
just
he
like
is.
says like the most insulting like lines. Like he is
But
so
he does it with
cutthroat.
such a demeanor that you don't know you're being insulted.
Like you do, but like it's just like so sassy. Like
And
he's
charming, yeah.
so sassy, and then he'll like do some shit or he'll take credit for some shit, and then he'll like turn around and he'll just do like this strut like he walks away. It is the funniest thing. Like you have to just like watch it. Like
I
they're
watched
so great.
I watched the first episode, and one scene that I really loved is the one. So the new principal has been enacted, and Danny tried to file a complaint to get rid of her, and she caught him, and she puts him on like monitor duty. I guess he has to be outside of the school, make sure the cars come in and go in a proper order to drop off the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And Goggins, he's sitting in the parking lot, and they both have walkie talkies. And then Goggins radios him, is like, "Oh, I see that the principal finally put you in your place." And then Danny McBride is like, insulting him, telling him like, "I should have been principal. I need to get rid of her." It's like, "Why don't you go, kiss her butt or whatever?" And then Goggins is like, "I don't like her. I want to get rid of her too." And they're going back and forth, and Goggins is walking to him, and at the same time, they're still insulting each other, and they become like they make this bond to like get rid of her, and then that's how the show kind of technically starts because their mission from there on is to get rid of her. But I just
Yeah.
love like how you said that Goggins struts. The way he
Yeah.
strutted to McBride is like, I don't give a damn about her either. I want her ass out of here.
Yeah.
He talks like a southern boy the entire time. It's crazy.
It's so funny. And he says the most funniest shit too. Like the insults,
Yeah.
like when like that scene where Gamby he thinks he gets the promotion and he's sitting in that chair and then Walton Goggin comes in and get your fat ass out that
Of my
chair.
chair. Yeah, because they didn't know who was getting the principal role, and Gamby thought he was a shoo-in because his dad was the previous principal before the principal that was at the moment, who's Bill Murray, by the way. Um, he had to step down because his wife, I think she got cancer. It looked like she got cancer.
Oh,
Dude, the Layne, the
she was
first
dying.
episode, the assembly in the first episode where Gamby's like, one of the kids is laughing. It's like, this is a serious moment, and you ruined it. And everybody's looking at him like, no, you ruined it. See, the thing I like about the dynamic, Gamby is the likable, the hard ass one that nobody likes. And then Lee is the likable one that everybody loves. Like he sits with the teachers. Everybody thinks he's funny. He's very polite to everybody, but Gabby's like a hard ass. He suspends a kid for being bullied in the first episode. It's crazy because he's like zero tolerance. The zero tolerance fighting applies to everybody in the fight. I don't care who started. You're suspended too. And then he tries to threaten the kid and he tells him like, unless you want me to extend your suspension, you gotta set up a walkout for all these kids and blame it on the current principal. Yeah,
Oh my
freaking
goodness.
Gamby, dude. He's like, dude, Danny McBride is somebody I don't think he acts. It's just him, dude. That's his psycho ass.
He's just himself in every
Yeah,
role.
dude, he's always an asshole in everything he does.
It's just his face.
Yeah,
Of an
dude,
asshole face.
Yeah, he did.
like this and the movie, This Is the End is like one of his best movies ever because he's just like such an asshole the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But he's funny about it too.
Mm-hmm.
One particular dynamic I like too, Layne, is how his ex-wife's new husband or boyfriend, I guess, is trying to
Yeah.
be friends with him.
Yeah. Shut up,
He's
Ray.
and he's so supportive about everything.
my
He's like,
God.
it's like, hey Gamby, I really hope you get that principal job, man. I'm really rooting for you. And then Gamby's just being an asshole to him.
He's like, shut up, Ray. I didn't ask for your support. God. Such a
Oh man.
douche. Yeah. Dude,
Man,
it's
Max
just
has
so
really been
funny.
dishing it out, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've been
It's
putting
too-
Yeah.
some good ones out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they stepped it up.
This one's barely on this first season.
Yeah, how many episodes is it in?
It's 2 seasons. So
Oh,
I mean
damn.
it's an older series. It came out
Oh,
in
it is?
2016.
Oh, I
2016.
thought it was a newer series.
No. I think they
Oh.
just added it. I think that's
Oh,
what it
they
is.
just
They
added it to
just
Max.
added it to Max.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That means we can
Yeah,
binge
so
it.
you just binge through it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
definitely gonna. Because
Um,
that first episode, like, oh my goodness, dude, is like
and
freaking.
it just keeps getting better and better too.
And then
And
Goggins
then
seeing him in Fallout, and then seeing him in this, the 180 he does, and then you were mentioning he's in another show, Layne.
oh, he was just in the new season of White Lotus. This new season of White Lotus.
Nice.
That just finished, where he's like a completely different character than
Yes.
this character and the character
yeah.
from Fallout,
Just goes to show his
and
acting chops.
he's so good. But yeah, he was in that, and then he's also in this other series on in HBO Max called The Righteous Gemstones.
Nice.
Mhm.
He's in that, and that's like a show about these family of like like those crazy middle like Christian, like airs on Sunday and it airs on like
Oh.
the Christian network channel, and it's like they just preach
Oh.
at you, and it's about a family that does that,
I'm
and they
about to
own a
check that
bunch of
out.
churches,
Oh
and
damn.
Danny McBride is like
Oh, he's in it
one
too.
of Yeah, one of the three
Nice.
kids. So it's like Danny McBride, Adam Devine is in it. John
Nice.
Goodman is the dad.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Would be.
I love John
and
Goodman.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Walton Goggin is in that too. And his character is his character's name is baby baby Billy. Baby Billy.
What? That's
And
funny.
he also grew up doing like the same thing, it just in a different family. And
Okay.
his sister marries John Goodman's character. And then they have the three kids, Danny McBride's character, Adam Devine's character, and Eddie Peterson's character. Like those are the three siblings. And it's just
Nice.
like it's so funny because like Walter Goggins' character is like this man that's like in his 50s, but he still goes by Baby Billy because that's what his stage name was when he was like a little kid and he was like
Okay,
do
okay, I get
like
it.
he would sing like church hymns and like have this whole like thing like sister would do. And it was
Gotcha.
like, it's just like making fun of like these people and like their lifestyle and how like fucking crazy they are because like they are crazy, right?
Wow.
But yeah, his character, Walter Goggins' character in that show is fucking hilarious and
Nice.
completely different than all of his characters. He has
He can
such a
do anything
wide,
then.
Yeah,
he's
man. It's just like a chameleon.
such
This,
a
this
wide
man.
range in his acting skills. It's so great. Like
Yeah.
every time I see him in something, like I just like him a little bit more. Like every time
Yeah.
I see
He
him in a
is.
show that I didn't know he was in or
Yeah.
anything, I'm just like, oh my God, he's in this and he's so great. Like yeah, he's turning into like one of my favorites for
Yeah,
sure.
he is good. Like I definitely want to see him in another Knives. I want to see him in a Knives Out movie. I feel like he would do really good in one of those movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know the Knives Out series films, right, Lane? Or like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the Onion and the train one and the boat one, all mystery movies. I feel like Walter Goggins would be so funny in one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah, he probably would do really good in one of those.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but also I mean, but Principles is funny. Like I told Jen about it too, and she's probably gonna check it out after
I'm
this
probably gonna binge that.
because it's just when I saw the trailer to it, I immediately was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this because Danny McBride's in it
Well, Danny,
and
Danny
Goggins is
and
in it.
yeah, just by those two
So
alone.
just those two alone, I'm like, okay, I need to watch
Yeah.
this. In that first
Yeah.
episode, dude, I was like, oh my goodness, I just could not stop laughing. So good.
So funny.
Yeah. That's definitely a good one. Lane.
Mhm.
Good
Yeah.
recommendation.
I'm watching it right now, so I'm probably gonna like
You check it out.
probably- yeah,
Check it out
no.
early, you guys.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Let me go ahead and get on to mine. So the one I'm recommending is a little bit of two films, but the main film I'm recommending is called Galaxy Quest. This movie came
Yeah.
out back in '07, I think. Was it '07 or is it '05? Galaxy Quest. 99, never mind. It came out in 99
Yeah, I'm like,
and
what?
is basically a spoof on Star Trek, but it's one of those spoofs that even though it did really bad and when it came out in theaters, it has such a huge cult following now that it's considered a Star Trek film.
Mhm.
It's considered the second best Star Trek film by Star Trek fans alike. And even cast members of the Star Trek series love the show. The actor who plays LeVar Burton, the one who plays Data, and even Patrick Stewart have gone on record to say that they love that movie. And what's his name? The guy who plays Kirk, Shatner.
Mhm. William Shatner.
Shatner had gone on record to say like,
Mhm.
"Oh, we should have done a movie about this. Like, we should have
Mhm.
done this movie because it's true.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the tropes in this film is that how cast members, even though they get along on set and the chemistry
Mhm.
is always there, in reality, sometimes they hate each other. Like by now, a lot of people know
Yeah.
that Shatner and Spock, I forget his name, Nimoy
Mm,
didn't get along that well.
mhm.
Uhura was constantly harassed. Apparently, there was a lot of harassment.
Really?
Yeah, dude, the
Jeez.
cast of Star Trek. There's some dark stories there. LeVar Burton apparently received a lot of discrimination as well.
No.
Freaking
Most
the
shows have like dark, most really
Yeah, dude, the
popular
Star Trek
big
cast on
shows
every show, there's
have
some bad
really
blood.
dark series,
Really?
Yeah, there's
like
some
really darkness behind them. It's
bad blood
it's
in a
so
lot of
messed
them.
up. It's how they become so successful. I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
Yeah.
like even in
Right?
shows that like everybody, it looks like everybody gets along. Like Voyager,
Yeah.
I guess the guy who plays the second in command, Chakotay, didn't get along too long with the main actress who plays Janeway. And there's
Really?
yeah, I guess they didn't get along right
Oh
away.
wow.
hmm
Okay.
And then
See, you don't get that one.
no,
That's how
because
good
that's how
they're.
good they are. That's how good the acting is. That you can be around somebody you don't like, but if the job is good and it pays well, you do a good job.
Yes.
But that's basically what Galaxy Quest is these guys who have worked together for years that don't get along, don't like each other, are presented with the ability to live the dream in reality because it turns out that there's a group of aliens called Thermians who have watched the entire series and lived their life according to that show to a T. So much to the point where the ship is the same. A lot of the things they do is similar to that in the series. And then basically, there's a villain named Ceres who's basically killing their race. It doesn't explain why. I think the guy's just evil.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a freaking cricket.
Yes.
And the entire movie is just them trying to defeat him.
Yeah.
The cast alone is very star-studded. You have Tim
Yeah.
Allen, Sigourney Weaver,
Alan
who
Rickman.
fought to be in this role. Yes, the late Alan Rickman, Gordon Shalhoub, who's
Yeah.
just so funny in it,
Just
and
the
of
long.
course Sam Rockwell, who I guess this was one of his bigger roles. Because there's actually a documentary called "Never Give Up, Never Surrender," and they're both on Prime, by the way. And the documentary, at first I thought it was a mockumentary, but it's an actual full-fledged documentary on how this movie became such a huge success years after it aired in theaters, and now it's one of those films that a lot of Star Trek fans love and they quote. They show people cosplaying as Thermians,
Mm-hmm.
their mannerisms, how they walk, how they clap, how they talk. It's just so hilarious. It's one of those films that if you haven't seen it, but you're a Star Trek fan, I would definitely recommend it. Even if you're not a Star Trek fan, but if you're a fan of like Alan Rickman, dude, Alan Rickman was so good in this
So
because
good.
he was a thespian
Mhm.
actor. To see him and see his comedic chops just glow in this movie was so great. And even cast members said that, like, yeah, in the entire time, Alan Rickman was super serious, and it looked like he hated doing this movie. But Tim Allen was the guy that just made him laugh every time.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tim Allen's a jokester, he's a comedian,
Yes.
so he never really takes his work too seriously. I mean, if you've seen Home Improvement, he's
Mhm.
always making jokes. But in this one, like being side by side with Rickman and seeing that he's such a serious actor, and then Alan could make him laugh and
Mhm.
goof around here and there, it was a great sight to see, and a lot of the cast members loved that. And just getting to work with individuals who, even though you don't see much of them in the movie, they stand out so much that you just love their roles. Like
Yes.
freaking Justin Long, I guess somebody had gone on record to say that they were gonna cut how his storyline.
Mhm.
But in reality, the movie and the director has gone on record to say that this movie is for the fans. Like
Mhm.
it's a love letter to the fans on why Star Trek is just one of those franchises that people love to death and they will defend it.
Yes.
And one thing I like about this movie is actually inspired other stuffs. Like the creator of Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane, in honor of Star Trek and Galaxy Quest, made his own Star Trek S show called The Orville.
That's really good too. But
Yeah, and if you guys haven't seen that, it's all on Hulu, by the way. And this one's on Hulu, by the way. You should
Yes.
check it out because it's similar to Galaxy Quest, where it's a show about space and exploration and
Mhm.
that, but there are some comedic elements to it,
Mhm.
and it's so funny. And then the show doesn't take itself too seriously, but they do
Yes.
tackle serious subjects, like
Oh
really
yeah.
serious
Oh
subjects.
yeah.
But they do it in such a funny comedic way.
Lighthearted.
Yeah, very lighthearted, and that's what Galaxy Quest
Mhm.
basically did.
Uh, yeah. And for the show, the Orville, the guy that oh yeah, you added them. What was his name?
Oh,
He's in that show too.
I forget his name too. He recently passed away too,
Yes.
but he voices Oswald.
Uh
Oswald
huh.
is his name.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but the Galaxy Quest, that movie, if you get a chance to see it, definitely watch it, because even if you're not a fan of Star Trek, or if you've never even seen Star Trek, this movie has its own story, its own
Yes.
universe. It's funny as hell. Sigourney is surprisingly
Yes.
funny in this. She fought to be in this movie because they didn't want her to be in it because she had just done Alien.
Mhm.
So being in this, they thought like, we don't want you to sully your image with this movie, and they're
Yes.
just like, I want to be in this movie.
Yes.
I want to sully my image.
Yes. But it was more like I also heard that the people there were saying that they were afraid that she was gonna play it like Ellen Ripley.
Yes, some of the director was worried that she might play the role as Ellen Ripley from Alien, but no, dude, she went in
No.
there. She had a blonde wig on
Yes.
and boob accents on
Yep.
her bra,
Yep.
and she played it like the best airhead you'll ever see in Hollywood. But she's so
Yes.
lovable that it's funny
Mhm.
that her role in the movie is that she repeats everything that the computer says.
Yeah. She's so funny in that
And it's funny
movie.
because she starts doing it in the movie, like,
Yeah.
because the movie's a movie within in a movie in
Yes.
a way, because they're in space and they're fighting the
Yes.
guy, and then she's saying everything the computer's saying, and she catches
Yes.
herself like, I'm doing it, I'm repeating everything the damn computer's saying. And even one of the characters goes like, that's really annoying, it's like, I have one job on this ship, it is dumb, but I'm going to do it.
Yes.
But yeah, that's my recommendation. Like, it's one of those films that it's not even that long, but if you watch it again, you'll laugh at least once. Like,
Sam Rockwell
Sam
alone.
Rockwell alone is gonna. There's one particular scene that Sam
Do
Rockwell
it.
will make you laugh.
Oh
Yeah,
God. This. His.
so good, so good.
If it should live, it should
Dude, Gordon
live.
Shalhoub is just funny in anything he
Oh
does.
God.
Like, if you've seen him in Monk
Yes.
or any of his other works, he's just always funny.
Yes.
In this one, he plays it very nonchalant.
Yes.
Like, nothing phases him.
Nope.
He's not. He gets worried one time, but then he overcomes it, and then after that, he's very chill.
Yes. Things can be freaking falling apart, and he'd be like,
Yeah, yeah. There's actually one particular scene where the ship is like literally falling apart, and he's calling everybody on the view screen. It's like, hey guys, so they're telling me that the engine can't take it much more. But he's saying it's such a very like nonchalant demeanor. But yeah, that's my recommendation. So definitely check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. The documentary is actually also on Amazon Prime. It's called the movie's Galaxy Quest. The documentary is called Never Give, Never Surrender. That's actually Tim Allen's catchphrase in the film as the captain. He's Captain Nesbit. No. His name is Nesbit. Also, by the way, the name he picks for the actor is a callback to Toy Story when he was Buzz Lightyear, and he had a nervous breakdown, and he goes like, "You see the hat? I'm Mrs. Nesbit." So he took that name, and he has to have it added to the character in the movie. So just goes to show you that movie has some reach and a couple other stuff. But either way, definitely check it out, folks. So with that's out of the way, we're gonna go and do some bonuses. Going back to Layne with freaking Goggins, like, what are the shows that you were talking about? Like go into the more depths about the Goggins shows you were talking about earlier.
Well, he's on this, well, I think a lot of people already know he's on the new season of White Lotus, which is great. He
And what's White Lotus about? I've never seen it, but I've heard things about it.
Okay, so White Lotus is like this drama, like it's kind of like a mystery drama where like every starts out with like a murder. A murder happens. Like
Really?
something crazy is happening. Yeah, like and you don't know what's going on because it's literally like the first episode. And then what happens is like the first like 5 minutes of each episode that starts the series off is like essentially what happens at the very end of the series. So you watch it trying to figure out how you get to the first scene that you saw, which is the end of the show.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. So it's kind of like Clue in reverse.
Yeah, pretty much. So a lot of people got really into it during lockdown.
Oh, dang. It's been
This
out since then?
kind of sort of, I think, yeah.
Oh,
Or it came
wow.
out like right after lockdown. Um, but it has the first two seasons have Jennifer Coolidge in it, which is why everyone
What? How did
loves
Yeah.
we sleep
it.
on this?
I don't know what you guys have been doing
Oh,
because they're
no.
so like they just
Jennifer Coolidge
choose
alone. That's a
Mhm.
big sell for us. We
so
love her.
good.
Yes.
Yeah, so each season
I'm
takes
so
place at a different
disappointed.
resort,
Yeah, look.
and the resorts are called like they're called the White Lotus, like the White Lotus Resort, but they're
Oh,
in
okay.
different places around the world. Um,
Oh.
so then you follow like a small group of characters that like arrive at the resort and usually it's like a couple and then like a group of friends and then like maybe a family and then it's like throughout the show you kind of follow like what all these individual people are doing at this resort and it
Mhm.
builds up to the mystery of like who done it like
Mm.
who killed the dead person that you
Yes.
see at the beginning
Wow.
of the episode.
Yeah,
it,
and
and then you try to figure it out and
Piece it,
solve it as you go.
so
piece
yeah,
it
it's like
together.
basically Clue, basically.
Yeah.
That sounds
How many
cool.
seasons?
This was its third season, just
Okay,
ended.
we're gonna have to check that one out then.
Yeah.
And the whole entire time, all three seasons are different or
Is
Yes.
Goggins in
Yes.
all three?
okay.
Nope. Nope.
Uh
Oh.
Each season, like they refresh the cast.
oh, okay.
There's usually
Oh.
like maybe one character that carries over maybe from the previous season. Like it was Jennifer
Okay.
Coolidge. She's in the first her and her character in the first two seasons.
Okay.
Um and then this third season they brought back a character that we met in a prior season. They brought them back randomly for some stuff. So it's like they kind of
Oh.
tie some characters, bring them back to kind of connect everything
Okay.
together to make all the seasons connected,
Okay.
but like not all the same reoccurring characters and cast.
And
Yes.
it's all in trying to figure out who killed the
So it's like
Yeah,
one murder
whatever.
though, right? You're just
one
Yeah,
trying to
murder.
solve that one murder.
usually, yeah.
That's
It's
cool.
just
Oh.
like we, the viewers, are trying to solve it, not the
Ah,
people in the show.
Okay.
Because the people in the show don't know what's happening because we're watching the events as they're taking place.
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's one
So,
interesting.
like, for example, one season starts out where um people are on a beach and then there's like police and then they're like wheeling a dead body off the beach. And that's how one season starts. And then after like you see that, it's like
Mhm.
boom, now it goes 1 week earlier or like 7 days prior, present day or something like that. So
Oh.
then you're
Interesting.
like, okay, these people are arriving at this resort. They're gonna
Mhm.
have like a good time. And then we watch the series as it's happening. And as you get closer to the end, you know, like, oh, the beginning of somebody's gonna die. We just don't know how they're gonna die or what character's gonna
Mhm.
kill them or what exactly even what character is dead, actually. It's just
Oh damn.
it's like a mystery. So it's really fun to watch. It's like a drama.
And I've been eyeing that too because I saw clips here and there. And I'm like, I need to
Yeah.
watch this.
Where does it stream on
And
there?
Max.
On Max?
Max.
Dude, is
Mhm.
Max really
Yeah.
putting it out there?
And the only reason I'm gonna watch it also is because I saw that Sam Rockwell did a cameo.
In season 3.
And he
Yes.
was having a conversation with with Walton. Is it Walton?
Yes.
Yes.
Closet and
Mhm.
Goggins.
Yes.
Oh,
I said
that's that
That's
clip.
that one clip you sent me. That's where it's from.
Oh, yeah, we definitely got to check out this show. Damn, we were sleeping on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you do kind of have to like watch them in order. You kind of can't really jump around because,
That's
like I
fine.
said,
Like a
No,
time
there's
we'll
binge
binge
thing.
it.
there's
Yeah.
like one or two characters that kind of reoccur that
Yes.
tie back to other things. So if you don't watch previous seasons, you're gonna be like, wait, what?
You're gonna be all lost.
But
That
yeah,
makes
but
sense.
every time it's like a new set of characters are going to visit this resort in a different part of the world, but they're all
Okay.
called the White Lotus is
Ah,
like the
It's
okay.
like a
names.
chain of
Possibly. That's what I'm guessing, but they
okay.
haven't
Mhm.
yet
Established it.
confirmed
Oh, confirmed it.
that
Okay.
it's like a chain. But since
Yes.
they're all the same, I'm guessing it's a chain.
Yes.
But whatever.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, it's super fun. That's a really good one I recommend.
Nice.
Okay.
Everyone to watch. I mean, if you have like I said,
Yeah,
it's
that was
kind of
kind of on my
popular,
list when I saw the.
so that's a good one I would say.
There
Just
was
to watch in
another
general.
Goggins show you had mentioned earlier too.
The Righteous Gemstones. That's the one
Yeah.
with like
Oh yeah, that one you broke it down.
yeah, the religious family, and like following them and all the crazy stuff that happens to them, and they're kind of getting like the first season is like them getting like one of the children of like the famous religious family, like he's getting like blackmailed.
Oh damn.
He's getting like blackmailed, and then he has to like stop the person that's blackmailing him without like his rest of his family knowing he's getting blackmailed. It's really funny. It's so stupid. But
Oh
like Walter Goggins' character in that one is really funny too. And it's Danny McBride and
yeah, he's in it too.
yeah,
Nice.
Adam Devine.
Devine, yeah.
Yeah, he's in it as well. He's one of the main characters. He's one of the children of the John Goodman is like the dad.
Nice.
And he has three kids.
That's good. You,
Hmm
you have any bonus stuff you want to recommend, Jen?
Kind of watching it right now.
What's it? Oh yeah, we want to recommend that. Recommend
Yeah.
it.
I would recommend Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
That's the latest thing I've binged, and it was really good that I could not stop watching it. I did like I binged it in like the whole day. The whole
Yeah. Yes. Netflix latest adaptation of a
Yes.
video game.
Well, loosely because didn't you say that
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with it? It's its own universe,
Yeah, it has callbacks to the video games, but
which
it has nothing to do with
I
the
like
games.
because I've never played those games. I mean I've seen the character Dante, I just didn't know where he was from.
Yeah. Yes.
And
So if you never played Devil May Cry, but you want to check out the show, it's definitely a good starting point.
Yes, it's an anime, but it's really well done. The music, the characters, the
The
art
story.
style, the
Mhm.
story. Like you will not want to stop watching this. You'll literally binge all of them in one day,
Mhm.
like I did, because it's just that good.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode, but I haven't gone back to watch any other episodes
Yeah, it's
yet.
very 90-esque
Yes.
because the first game came out in the early 2000s, I think. But
Yeah.
you know, everything's still very
Yeah,
90-ish.
I don't want to
PS2.
say too much about it because like we're gonna do a
Mhm,
in-depth
on the
review of
PS2.
it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those shows that, as of right now, the fan base is split, and I'm talking about like the gaming fan base. The people who don't know anything about the franchise, they love it.
Mhm.
But the gaming fan base, they're split because since one, there's no ties to the video games. A lot of people thought that this was going to be a prequel to the video games, and because it's a young Dante, and he's the main character, by the way.
Mhm.
Vampire, Demon Hunter,
Yes.
and they also introduce other characters that are prominent in the gaming franchise,
Mhm.
but introducing them as new characters.
Mhm.
So a lot of the fans of who play the games don't like that. They don't like the fact that they're starting off Dante as this arrogant, cocky kid who doesn't know what he's doing.
Mhm.
And they don't like that some of the characters that they known from the franchise act differently to what they do in their video game counterparts.
Mhm.
But the director, the guy who directed the series, went on record to say that this is his tale of how the story of Dante goes. It's his telling of it. So
It's his take on it because I guess he wanted people that have never played the games to enjoy this, without having to know anything about it.
yeah, he wanted it to be
Nice.
accessible
Okay.
to not
That's
just the
cool.
gaming
Yes.
fans, but also the fans of the friend. And it actually does help because from what I've read on Reddit, the game has been downloaded more. Devil May Cry 5 has been downloaded more because of that.
I kind of figured it would.
So a lot of people
That
have turned
usually
on.
happens.
Yeah, it'll spike again.
Yeah, and when Netflix has done that, like you do see a rise in specific games.
Yeah. Well, you see, when something's well done,
hmm
it doesn't matter even if it's nothing to do with the original stuff. People will go back to see the original source material.
Exactly. So they'll learn the true
Yeah,
story.
and now they'll learn, what the games were
Mhm.
about, what the story, how the story unfolds there.
Yeah, Fallout actually did the same thing
I
for the
think it's a
game.
win-win for
Yeah,
both.
it helped Fallout 76 and it helped Fallout 4. So yeah, I mean, definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. It's like 10 episodes long.
I think so.
Yeah,
I wanted to
and
say 8, but I'm not sure.
yeah, it has a pretty
Yeah.
good cast too. John Young Bosch voices Dante.
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy. This is actually his last role. He voices the vice president. And a couple other characters who voiced other characters in other video games have voiced them. And since it's a Capcom title, there's a lot of Easter eggs for Capcom games. Like almost every episode, there's a Capcom Easter egg. Like
That's
you
cool.
see,
Yes.
you see an arcade of Street Fighter. Somebody mentions Raccoon City.
Yes. Like the job they sent me in Raccoon City.
Yeah,
It was one of Dante's jobs.
and even all the like there's a squad of not so super soldiers, but soldiers in the game. They're dressed up as the character Captain Commando. So definitely one of those shows that if you're a Capcom fan, you'll like it. And even if you've never played the game, you'll still like it.
Yes, because the story's just that good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. You got anything else?
No.
Yeah. But one recommendation, one last recommendation I would have for everybody to see right now, especially if you want a good Hollywood action flick. That's actually a Working Man with Statham. Jen and I went to go see it in theaters. It was a lot of fun. It was funny as hell. But it's one of those action movies that it goes back to the action roots. It has a simple story. It's basically Taken.
Yes.
But with Statham. And a little John Wick in there. You know.
Yeah.
Statham plays this guy named Cade, and his boss's daughter, Jenny, gets kidnapped, and he has to go look for her. But it touches on every action trope. One particular tidbit I like to share is that Balboa Pictures produced the film, and that's headed by Stallone. So he definitely had a hand in it, and it's one of those films that I don't see it winning any awards, but it's one of those films like if you want to get back to the old school action tropes, it's definitely one of those you should check out. It has funny scenes, it has serious scenes, and of course,
a very serious message.
And it actually has a really serious message. And it's one of those movies that like the characters, they stand out pretty well. Even the bad guys stand out pretty well. And the entire time is
those awkward bad guys, like weird looking bad guys.
Yeah. This is one of those films that
Jesus.
It's a good summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
And it brought me back to those days where you had the Stallone flicks, the Jean-Claude flicks, and the Arnold Schwarzenegger flicks.
Yeah, because they were simple stories, a lot of action, comedic chops. It had a little bit of everything, and that's what it reminded me of. The Working Man is it's well done. Yeah,
like the critics gave it a really bad review, but the people who saw it on Rotten Tomatoes, and there's over 1,000 confirmed reviews, they all gave it an 80% and above. So just goes to show you that sometimes people just want to see stuff blow up.
Yes, because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It teaches you something. It's not overly complicated. It's just straight to the point. The music, the choreography of the scenes, the fighting scenes, all of that was really well done. And Jason Statham was just Jason Statham.
Yeah, he's typecast. He himself typecasted himself, but I don't think he minds.
No, because he does it well.
No,
Yeah,
It's something that he
No.
really, really, is
Yeah.
good at. And even though he plays basically the same character
yeah, it's the
in
same
everything
guy.
he does,
He does it well,
he always, that he always does it really well.
100%. Yeah.
And it's not never like identical,
Well,
little-
it's a little identical,
Well,
but
yeah, but like,
here and there, there's a little difference here and there.
yeah, he's
Like he'll be more funny in certain
I
scenes.
guess it's just
aspects.
how he just plays it like I've never seen this character. I don't know how to take it,
Mhm.
like he just does it so well. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
And if you're a fan of Statham, definitely check out his other films. One in particular is called
Transporter.
Spy.
and Transporter.
Yeah, the one in particular is called Spy. Is with oh my god, Jenny McCarthy,
No, Melissa.
Melissa McCarthy. Yeah. And
He's more on the comedic side of that one though. Like
he's so good.
he
in that.
plays in a Lou freaking spy.
He's like an idiot spy, but like he's hardcore about it.
Okay, so like I'll go into the face of machine and change my face.
I once had this arm ripped off
Oh my
and
god.
reattached by this arm.
And they said, like, you got 50 cents because that's what it's gonna cost you.
But definitely check that one
Oh,
out.
God.
You got any extra recommendations,
Dude.
Layne?
Just so funny.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that like I watched recently.
Movie, TV show, comic books,
Mhm.
books.
No, I haven't been reading anything recently.
Actually, you know what?
Mm.
Like one particular, we actually haven't read the books, but we just found out that there's 3 books at tell the origin story of Jack Sparrow.
Just
From
all
the Pirates of the
adventures
Caribbean.
of Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, because Jen is a fan of the franchise, and we always wanted to know how Jack became the pirate. Because if you've seen the third one, it turns out that Jack used to work for the East India Trading Company. He used to be a captain for one of their ships, and he didn't become a pirate until he disobeyed an order, and they branded him a pirate.
They branded him a pirate because he disobeyed.
Yeah.
He didn't want to transport slaves.
Yeah, he was transporting slaves, and he
And-
refused to do so,
Yes.
and he got branded a pirate. So
Yes.
it's just crazy that you see this character and you see who he is, and realizing that
Yeah.
that was not who he used to be.
No.
But there's 3 books about his origin.
Mhm.
So Jen and I might end up checking those out. So
Yeah,
like,
I think when I started,
if you
reading
guys
the
are a
book,
fan of the
that's it.
Pirates
It
of the
was really
Caribbean
interesting.
and you're a fan of Jack Sparrow,
Mhm.
definitely check it out. Because we were reading tidbits. She was reading tidbits about it. It was really
It
interesting.
was really interesting because we found out his dad is actually from aristocracy.
Yeah, he's his dad. Their family name is Teague, and
Yeah.
they come from wealth apparently. It's just crazy,
dang,
you know.
okay.
Yeah.
That's so
Like-
funny.
Right? You see these characters, you're like, wait, hold on, what?
Now I have to find out how they got there because
Yeah, exactly.
it's just very interesting.
Yeah, talking about 180s.
Right. He's so obsessed with money though. Well, I mean, yeah, because he came from wealth and then he
Yeah,
doesn't
it
have
makes now it
so
makes
of
but see
course
how
he
the
would want
like
it back
Mhm.
so
the
bad.
thing is starting to fall into place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like,
Like,
oh, it all
wondering.
makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Oh, did you guys see they announced the new season of Love, Death, and Robots?
Yes. I
There's no
definitely will
way.
check it out. Mhm.
Yeah.
That
It's not
season didn't do well
what they
though. Like I
announced.
wasn't.
Oh, that was secret level, baby.
No. Like I saw the season 4 Love, Death, and Robots, and
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't think it was that.
Yeah, it wasn't that
it
good.
was kind of just like okay. I
Yeah.
will say that. It wasn't
They
as
they
good
also
as
announced
like
a new season of Black Mirror. I might check some of those out.
Oh.
Because
Oh
Black
yeah.
Mirror, that's a good show. Like some of the episodes they have on it, I was like,
Oh, babe. Talk about good shows. I'm about to binge. I haven't binge watched the show. It's called Accused, and there was one episode I had to watch because I saw a clip on
IG.
an IG, and it was about this lady who doesn't have time to be a wife. Let's just say it what it is. So she ends up buying her husband a sex robot,
Oh, okay.
and her sister works for a company that makes them.
Nice.
So she had one made, and then all in all, the husband falls in love with the robot,
Mm-hmm.
and she finds out and everything that he was gonna divorce her and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and she ends up killing her husband and blaming it on the robot. That the
Nice.
robot malfunctioned.
Interesting. See what we
Ah.
mean
Yeah.
about AI, folks? But
But it
that's
wasn't the
that.
AI's fault.
No, it
But
wasn't.
I
She
know.
she was the one we know with wanted to career obsessed. Like she was a
Yeah,
workaholic,
That's
and she
crazy
just
deep.
wasn't there for her husband. So I mean, you get him a sexual. What do you think is gonna happen?
exactly.
He wanted her companionship,
Yeah. I
and
actually
she
saw a
denied
clip
him that.
about that because
So
she cut like he had just finished banging it,
yeah.
and the wife comes to him. It's like, so what did you think? And it's like it was surprisingly good. It's like, yeah. It's like my friend says that she uses this synthetic oil to make it feel like as realistic as humanly
Well, the
possible.
sister, because the sister
Yeah.
she makes
It's like
them.
it's just trippy that she was talking to her husband about banging a robot.
Yes. Yes, and the
Jeez.
whole thing plays out in like a courtroom. You see her in the courtroom.
It's crazy.
Yeah, all the cases there end up in a courtroom eventually because of a
Nice.
crime they
Oh,
commit.
okay.
Yeah.
So, but I gotta go back and watch the first one. So I think you can skip around because it's not linear. Just different cases.
Hmm.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, like
So
Black Mirror, you don't have to watch that in order.
yeah,
Yeah, or Love and Death.
but no, definitely
Love, Death, and
from
Other
that episode
Robots.
that I watched, I'm like, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the other ones because they sound kind of intriguing.
Hmm. But
Yeah, no, that does sound really interesting.
yeah, you got anything else, Lee?
No, not really. Not for any shows or anything, no.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I guess that'll do it for this episode, folks. As always, if you're listening to us on YouTube, give us a like, leave a comment, follow, subscribe, please. If you're on Spotify, do the same thing. You can reach us at Instagram at the Media Above Podcast. And as always, make sure you check out Maona if you want to start your own podcast or any audio needs. They do have a sale going on right now, and I believe some items are marked down as low as 30% off. And if you use our code word Media Buff, you can get an additional 10% off. So you can get a pretty good microphone for up to 40% off and free shipping. So definitely check it out. So as always, we will talk to you all next time. Everybody say bye bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.